Welcome to the Business Boys Talkin-Business Virtual Power Lunch. Please welcome your hosts, Tyler Price and Brian Magleby.
Idaho Innovation Center.
And I'm Tyler Price with the Small Business Development Center.
And it's good to be here today. Hopefully we have spring coming. So we're excited for the show today. We've got three great guests and we got some big things we're going to be talking about. Stick around till the end. There's going to be a simple trivia question. If you want to go to this big event this week, you got to stick around.
Yeah.
We're going to be asking a trivia question at the end. So I think $100 value we're going to be giving away here at the end of the show today. So
Yep, very cool. So what's some of our things of business going on? You got the agenda in front of you.
Yes,
I don't have
we
my
do.
glasses on. So.
And we have a graphic, but we'll try to put the details. Maybe Frosty could put the details in the chat there that we have. But there's a class about doing business with the government, and we'll put the details in there. We didn't quite get the graphic ready yet, but it's Thursday, as I think the class, and we'll have Frosty, if she could put the details in the chats there, would be great. Let's just talk about the show that we had last week. We had Diane Bevan from the Idaho Women's Business Center, and she had some great things happening there. We had Marcella from Marcom. Wow, what a powerful company.
Great business in our area, employing a lot of cool people doing cool stuff, and she's figured some things out.
Yes, she has. Making some big impacts, not only here in Eastern Idaho, but throughout the country with the award that she was given.
Yep.
So, and then Sarah with Idaho Elite Home Inspections. Man, they're
doing cool stuff and getting after it.
You gotta love the businesses that we've got a great show lined up. Before we get in and bring our first guest on, we just wanted to say a thank you to our sponsors. We couldn't be doing this show without our sponsors. So we have BBSI. Absolutely, if you need anything in human resources, you got to check out BBSI.
Yeah, and Jared Oviatt from BBSI is helping out with the sales course that we have going on.
We do. Great instructor.
They're doing great things there.
Yep.
So Vulpine Marketing, how about those guys?
Wow, yeah. If you're watching the show today, either live or after, thank you, Vulpine Marketing, for the website that they've done, the technology that they've put up there, and having all of our previous shows posted and things. It's just I can't say enough for Vulpine Marketing here in the area. So.
And Andex, these guys make this look so simple, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And Alan, we drive him nuts because we're like
last minute on everything.
Hey, Alan, we're going to do this, and he's ready to shoot us or what.
So, but it all comes off great. Can't talk enough about Andex in the productions, and they're just ramping up, folks.
Yeah.
They've got some big things happening, and one of their big events is going to be this week, and we're going to talk about that at the end of the show today. So, and then the Idaho Innovation Center and
the Small Business Development Center.
So, if you are looking for a place to host have your office, come and see us at the Idaho Innovation Center. We are going to have an office coming available, which is not very often that we have that.
Jump on that.
Got that coming available next month. So we've got one office coming available, but come check us out. We love to be there for businesses and the Small Business Development Center. What's the word that you use about it?
It's the best kept secret in Idaho. Honestly,
is.
We have amazing resources. If you're a startup, it's worth coming and visiting with us. If you're a company that's maybe looking to take it to the next level, the move from small to medium and medium to large is a painful move, and we got people that have experienced that.
And all of that coaching and consulting for any of the businesses here in Eastern Idaho. How much does it cost?
Free.
It's free,
and they're going to kick me out soon. I'm not saying like I'm the end all get out.
Hopefully not.
But my contract runs up, and we'll still be friends and doing stuff together.
Dang rights we will. Hopefully we'll keep you there. So.
Yeah, please, if you are starting up, I've had the great opportunity, and there'll be a business in a bug this week with somebody that I helped him get his business going, and it's just amazing.
If you want to get the consulting, IdahoSBDC.org. Request an appointment, and it'll probably be one of us two guys that will meet with you. So So we've got it, like we said, we've got a great show today. Our first guest is Dr. Rick Aman. He's the president of College of Eastern Idaho here in Eastern Idaho. And we've got a video that's kind of talking about what some of the things that they do at College of Eastern Idaho. After we have that, we'll welcome Dr. Rick Aman.
We're glad you're here.
The culture here at CEI is one of a friendly, helpful, family-type atmosphere. It's nice to go into an office and be able to get a smile and a greeting, and it's that way no matter where you go on campus.
I haven't yet bumped into anybody who hasn't been willing to bend over backwards to make anything that I need happen. And this is all while they're still juggling everything they've got going on. And they did it with a smile on their face, and it was genuine.
Here at the College of Eastern Idaho, it's not uncommon to see our administration walking around, our president, our deans of each of the colleges. So you feel that you can talk to them, that they're open to your ideas and open to your suggestions.
Teammates, brothers, sisters, we're definitely close. We're a tight group, and we really enjoy each other's company.
I would describe the work environment here as conducive to cooperation, working together with everybody.
I enjoy the people that I work with, my colleagues. They know me as an instructor and a colleague, but they also know me as a person.
They've given me so much that I wanted to be here. I want to be part of it, and I didn't want to go elsewhere.
What excites me most about coming to work is the students, but also my colleagues. And not just the colleagues within my department, but I feel like we're all really close as a college. We all have the same vision, just our community, the little community that we have here at the college.
And I would love everybody to be able to go to work happy, doing something they love, and be able to give back to the community, because we all need each other in the end anyway.
It is amazing when you see someone walk in the door who's just nervous about coming to college to begin with, and see them get registered for classes, and then to go to graduation and see them walk across that stage, and knowing that even you have a small part in that is amazing.
People that work here, they really take care of each other, and they really like to help the students or anyone that is willing to do something with their life.
It is very fulfilling to take somebody who has an interest in all of this and mold that into something that's going to benefit them for years and years and years.
We work at College of Eastern Idaho because we change lives. Come join our family.
Hey, Rick, how are you doing, my friend?
I am good. So, Brian and Tyler, thank you. You after that video, you don't particularly need me.
Oh, we do. But that great introduction video there. So
Yeah, and Dr. Aman, we met through a executive networking group at Givent, and I remember when you were in the throes of taking it from the technical college into the community college space, and I was, I thought your leadership was great, but I didn't think you'd get it done your first go round, because you did need a majority to get that thing passed. So I just wanted to again, I know that was a few years ago, but just kind of say, hey, I think that was amazing what you were able to accomplish your first go round with that. But
well, Tyler, thank you. You were a big supporter. Brian was as well, and it is amazing. This is long overdue. So we are so glad to have a community college in Eastern Idaho.
Yeah. What are some of the great, I know that when you look at what you guys are doing in terms of the nursing program, welding, auto mechanics, cybersecurity, and you're very dynamic too in looking at what the Department of Energy needs. But what are some of the things that you're really proud of during this change that you've been able to help? And I know it's a team effort, but what are some of the things that you're really proud of in what the CEI has been able to do?
You really have nailed those, and a couple of these ITech had done for years. So welding, machine tool, auto, diesel, certainly nursing. By the way, with nursing, we went from something like 60 nurses to over 200 right now as a a community college. Cybersecurity has exploded. With our mission associated with Idaho National Lab, that is a significant effort as well. So small modular reactors, the clean energy initiatives, things like solar, battery, microgrids, electric vehicles are going to be a big deal. So those are all things that we have been looking at and have been successful in.
Yeah. No, that's great. And with everything else, you're a pilot also, right? And
I am, yeah. That was a past life ago, but 5,000 flight hours. That's true.
do you get up and fly much anymore, or how does that even work?
None.
Yeah.
It's one thing when people pay you to fly. It's a whole nother when you've got to actually rent the airplane yourself.
Well, maybe you need to get an airplane mechanic division of the community college, and then then maybe get a plane too, so that you can get up and fly it around, right? So
duly noted. I will put that on things to add.
Yeah.
Good. Well, Dr. Aman, I got a question for you. And we wish we could have had you here, but because of some exposure for COVID, you're quarantining this week. And it's probably not your first time that you've done that with your position there at the college. So tell us kind of how has COVID affected the college, and give us some of the positive things that have come out of because of some of the things that have happened. What are some positive things that's come out of the college because of it?
COVID for all of higher education has changed things significantly. And I mean, clearly online learning would be one of the bigger ones. We have come out of the gate 3 years ago with that being an important component of the college. Right now, we are 2/3 online, 1/3 face-to-face, and we're doing that all safely, socially distanced, and face coverings, those kind of things. But as we get back onto campus, and I think I hate to make a prediction. I am imagining in fall, things will be relatively normal, which means that we could bring a lot more students back. Yeah, as if I'm a prophet, right?
Yeah.
So to bring students back onto campus, the hands-on portion of this college is critical. Let me also mention, because you guys are interested in workforce. So we had trained 14,000 students last year with hands-on workforce training, everything from apprenticeship to a variety of skills. So it's a broad mission.
That's amazing. I mean, when you can take someone and put them in a very gainfully employed, whether it's the nursing or any of the trades, I'm a big fan of that. Being a guy that owns a trade school, I'm really definitely a big fan of what you're accomplishing there. One thing that you guys partner with, I guess, but the local high schools and helping kids get their associate's degrees, because that's expensive college when a kid graduates from high school and then has to go back and do basically 2 years of general ed. Tell us a little bit about that, because with part of my church calling, I work with the youth, and it's one thing that I emphasize to them regularly is, hey, go to your counselor and look at this program. And I have yet to have any of them take the steps to do that. But what does that look like for an Eastern Idaho kid that wants to get their associate's degree, and how can you help them, and what does that look like for them? What are the things they need to do?
So Tyler, thanks for bringing that up. That we are up about 36% this year in the number of dual credit. And when we say dual credit, it's what the name sounds like. A high school student can simultaneously take credits at high school and apply those to their baccalaureate degree. So we have been really aggressive with that. I think both of you would agree that a high school diploma by itself is not anywhere near what someone that desires a family wage job would need. So to try to get these students with as many credits, and by the way, the family doesn't have to pay anything for those college credits if they're done in high school. So it isn't uncommon to have a high school graduate a student graduate with 30 to maybe 60 credits already done toward their baccalaureate degree. They literally could be a sophomore or have that 2-year degree done when they graduate. And that's a big win for everyone.
Wow, that is a great opportunity. What has it taken to put all that together? My daughter's in doing some nursing classes in there, and I'm like Tyler, can't emphasize enough how important it is for her to do that. What has it taken to put that program together with the high schools and stuff?
You know, it is just working with the high schools to do that. And our high schools are pretty sophisticated now. It's not a new concept. What we expect is that a high school teacher would have the same qualifications, normally a master's in discipline, that one of our adjunct faculty would have. So many of them have that. Many of them teach for us either online or outside of high school. So just helping them be able to take our credits and combine it with those high school credits. It is a no-lose deal for a high school student.
Amen to that.
The more the better.
Well, no, and I appreciate the fact that you're leading the charge and you see that. What do you see? Because when we're looking right now at some of the skilled labor positions in building homes or anything like that, is that something that you would bring into it, the construction side of things, for helping people be prepared and ready to go work in those fields?
You know, that's a great question, Tyler. And there's two kinds of high school credit. Let's put it that way. One would be dual credit, which tends to be those first 36 credits that every college student would need toward a baccalaureate. The other side is exactly what you described. They're called technical dual credits, and everything from machine tool to welding to construction. And one of the areas CEI has not ventured into, but we need to over the summer, is construction. I think we all know, because of those 6 mega projects coming in from Idaho National Lab, there's going to be a building renaissance. There already is, but it's going to get far greater. And we need to have skilled laborers, whether it's HVAC, construction, painting, the whole set of construction trades would be important.
Can you discuss a little further about that project that you just mentioned, coming with the INL, the mega
explain
project?
Your partnership with the INL, and things like that.
Okay, so we aren't a university, so we're not producing baccalaureate, master's, PhD, or research, but what we do produce would be those technical skills that the lab's going to need. So whether it is in cyber or in nuclear operations, those kind of things, we're beginning to train those entry-level employees of the lab. And again, there is a myriad of things, from cleanup out with Fluor to small modular reactors, micro reactors. There's a test reactor. I think we all know how important cyber is to Eastern Idaho and to the lab. That is an important component. All of those are wrapped in IT, whether it's networking skills or data analytics. And those are all things that we could train pretty quickly to get an entry-level position with either the lab or a lab contractor.
Yeah, with the new cybersecurity building coming here, with that, what have you done to step up, in that area? What kind of classes can people take to get work on their higher education degrees by taking and learning about those things that's going to be very important here in Eastern Idaho?
It is, Brian. So there's two elements to that. One would be just those industry recognized certifications. So there's something called CompTIA, which is simply a test that you take that is industry recognized. We're doing that through our workforce training center. Those are not credit classes. You just come in, take the class, and sit for the exam. And then we have several programs in associate of science that would get either a graduate job, an entry-level job at maybe a bank, for example, or they could go on as a junior at a university with little or no debt and finish off their baccalaureate. So there's a number of tracks, and a lot of these are just skill-based.
Very, very good, very great stuff. So is there, you know, I mean, you're doing some amazing things, so it makes it sound like, hey, it's not good enough, Dr. Aman. What else are you doing is where my next question's going. But is there some exciting things that you can even talk about that maybe you guys are working on to make happen for CEI?
You know, the most important one, and I don't know if you watch politics in Boise much, but the governor had allocated $3 million towards something that we call Future Tech. Future Tech is a technology energy building that we would put on our campus. And if you know the campus, it's right across from the entrance of Walmart. So a 92,000 square foot building, 2 million initially was allocated, and then another 7 had been allocated to that. So given that this goes through, there would be $10 million and probably $36 million needed to build this building. And CEI is desperately in need of a new building exactly like this that literally would train Eastern Idaho residents in those exact skills they're going to need for family wage work.
Yeah, because you have gone off campus even in some of your classrooms at this point using space that wasn't otherwise being utilized then. So.
We did. So the Boy Scout building, the old Melaleuca building, we have a quarter of that, and that's where all of our cybersecurity and workforce is contained. We're beginning to outgrow our campus. Now, that wasn't true last year because COVID really lessened the number of students on campus. But I think in fall, we're going to be back up with a lot of students on campus.
Well, that's exciting to hear. Hopefully your premonitions there of being back in the fall is great. Dr. Aman, what kind of advice could you give to people that are looking to jump into business and start their own business? What's some advice that you could give them? You're very heavily involved in the community and in the things throughout here in Eastern Idaho, but what can you give them as some advice for that?
You know, I love that. I love business. I've got a master's in business, an MBA, and you know, really entrepreneurship. And I know that you do a lot of training there at the SBDC, and I got a chance to visit with Dave Nowak
last week. Yes,
last Friday.
Yep. Great segment there. Great interview.
We have business programs. We have entrepreneurship programs. We have got clubs for students. So literally anyone that would like to know more about business, sharpen their business skills, I would commend you and the work you do at SBDC, and then a lot of classes that we have, whether they're community ed or on a track to a baccalaureate degree. These kind of occupations change so rapidly. You just can't sit back and think you know everything you need to know to be a successful business owner. It is complicated and a lot of change, and we're here to work with SBDC in helping those new entrepreneurs or even skilled business people just increase in their in their skill and knowledge.
Well, we definitely appreciate that, and like Brian says, you know, you've done some great things in this community as a leader in this community, and that will have impact on our kids staying here, because kids they want to leave, right, and then they come back because this is a pretty great place to live. So, but so we usually ask people what their favorite quote is, and you turned one in. Do you have that there, or we'd like you to share it and then
talk about why this is your favorite?
Well, it's about community colleges. So let me read it for you. I simply want to celebrate the fact that right near your home, year in and year out. Community colleges quietly and with very little financial encouragement, saving lives and minds. I can't think of a more efficient, hopeful, or egalitarian machine, with the possible exception of the bicycle.
No, that's, I just look at what you guys hit the ground running too. Your facility where the nursing is going on is state of the art. Anybody that's looking into that, I had the kid in my neighborhood that wanted to go down to the University of Utah and go through that whole system. And I said, well, right. you should look at what CEI is offering. And she did, and she's enrolled and loving it. And that's saving her tens of thousands of dollars in getting the same value and degree at the end. So
yeah. Well, we've got your quote here. We'll bring this over and deliver it to you once you get out of some quarantining there, Dr. Aman. We appreciate all the things that you do here for the community in Eastern Idaho, and what a great success with the transition from the Technical College to College of Eastern Idaho that you've done. And I encourage people to go out. I found it on YouTube, your interview with Dave Nowak, and right. Absolutely great in how you could help partnership with the SBDC, and we appreciate all of the things that you do here in this area. Stay away from that COVID bug as you quarantine at home. Is there anything else, Dr. Aman, that you'd like to share with us about the College of Eastern Idaho?
No, except that you really have nailed it, especially for our young students. We don't want them to move to San Diego or other places. We want them to stay here. And given we have quite a breadth of opportunity, whether it is a lab or lab contractors or hospitals. This is a great place to be in a high quality of life. So we want to keep them here, just like you described.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, we hope that your premonitions of the future in the fall will happen, and let's get back to some normalcy here in Eastern Idaho.
I agree, absolutely.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Dr. Aman.
Thanks, Dr. Aman.
Thank you both.
Yeah.
Great. Well, as you can see, we've got an empty seat here. We're gonna show a quick video here talking about some of the things that the Idaho Falls Chamber, and after that, we'll welcome the CEO of the Chamber, Chip Schwarze.
Hi everyone, this is Aaron from Marketing, and I'm here to briefly explain some of the marketing opportunities here at the Chamber. Before I go into these benefits, please know that some opportunities only come once. So stay informed by signing up for our weekly emails, checking out our website, and following our social media. Chamber members can contact us to add their events, announcements, or celebrations for our newsletter, emails, and social media posts. As a side note, we will not include sales, coupons, or other materials that will appear as spam. Once a business signs up, you are added and have access to the Chamber Master Database. Here, you can access direct contacts to other businesses, add sales, look for employees, and more. Also, you can download the phone app to access this database on the go. To follow the best role of marketing, which is to show more and talk less, we are now providing video-based opportunities for Chamber members. These are short spotlights for your business that can show the community who you are and what you do. If you have any questions about videos or would like to schedule, please contact our marketing coordinator. Celebrate your business achievements by holding a ribbon cutting for your business. It is a free event, but we do ask for the ribbon cutting to fit some criteria. Either go to our website or contact our event planner to learn more. One of our biggest events is our Out of the Box Luncheon. This event happens every first Tuesday of the month except for July. The Out of the Box Network Lunch provides attendees opportunities to engage and network with others, learn about local businesses, and connect with potential clients and customers that will move their business forward. On every third Thursday of the month, Business After Hours provides informal networking opportunities for Chamber members and the public. This event is hosted at a member's business from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., providing a unique opportunity for your business to reach potential customers and showcase your operation. This sponsorship opportunity is ideal for businesses looking to attract people to your location with an opportunity to provide tours of your facility, give away fun prizes, and connect with attendees. Once again, your local chamber is continuously looking for opportunities to help local businesses. So stay informed with chamber news, join chamber events, and drop by our office.
All right, great video there, Chip. So we'd like to welcome Chip Schwarze. He's the CEO of the Greater Idaho Falls Chamber of Commerce here in Eastern Idaho. And thanks for joining us today, Chip.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
You did a whirlwind trip yesterday over to Boise to meet with some of the legislatures over there.
Yeah, it was a busy day. It's I'm a tightwad. I don't like spending money on a hotel in Boise if we don't have to. So my trips to Boise usually start
over and back,
4:30 to 8:30, 9 o'clock at night sometimes.
Wow.
But you know, it's part of what the chamber does. We have a threefold mission. Our mission is to educate, advocate, and network. Our video showed a lot of what we do networking-wise. You saw some great events that we host. Educational stuff. Thursday, we'll talk later about what's coming up on Thursday. But advocacy is a big piece, and so especially this time of year, we have a lot of interaction with our legislators, so it keeps us hopping.
Yeah. Good. And so tell us exactly what you were doing over there, meeting with some legislatures.
Well, there's a lot of things happening in the legislature right now. One thing that everybody wants is tax cuts. And there's been a couple of bills out there regarding tax cuts, and unfortunately they lumped more than one thing into a tax bill. They wanted to reduce personal income tax, corporate income tax. Oh, and by the way, let's throw a reduction in sales tax into the same bill. With the divide that our state has regarding sales tax, you know, some people want to revert it off of just so that we take it off of groceries. Some people just want to reduce it overall. With that attached to the income tax and the corporate income tax bill, it was my feeling that there's no way it's going to pass. So I've been lobbying for a couple of weeks now. Went over there, had some conversations. It looks like there's going to be a new bill, and I'd like to say it's just me. It's not. I'm just a cog in the wheel. Mm-hmm. But later this week, we expect to see a bill that will address just income tax for businesses and individuals. So we'll see a reduction in the tax rates there. So
fighting for the businesses, not just here in Eastern Idaho, but throughout the state.
That's what we do. The Chamber of Commerce, we're not alone. We're part of the Idaho Chamber Alliance, which is an association of chambers across the state. So we pool our resources together and do what we can to help our businesses out.
So the business has always been face-to-face, and you do these out of the box and different things, but COVID kind of wrecked everything. What's that been like for you? Because it's not like Chip went to Hawaii and hung out during this whole time and just to,
he wishes.
I wish. Yeah. It would have been a lot funner.
But what did it look like, and how was it received?
What are some of the pivots you had to make?
Yeah, there's had to been pivots. So.
Well, COVID's been difficult. Our Chamber of Commerce, we're a not-for-profit. Our revenues come from businesses that are members, their membership fees, and then also we get revenues from events. Our biggest event is our parade.
Yeah.
Last year we had to cancel the parade.
Yeah.
That was hurt financially. It hurt in so many other ways. When we canceled the parade, the bad press we got was pretty rough. People weren't happy with us, but we had to err on the side of caution to protect the health of people.
Yeah.
So we've had to pivot. Additionally, Chambers of Commerce as a 501c6 didn't qualify for the PPP monies that were out there.
Oh, wow.
So it made us really work hard to tighten up our budget strings because we lost the revenue from our events and our programs that we put on.
The award show, I think, is another one.
Yeah, we canceled the Business of Distinction Awards. We postponed the Distinguished Under 40, and we filmed those right here. You'll start seeing those videos come out for the folks who won the Distinguished Under 40. So we have had to make a real pivot change on going from being an event-driven, the networking piece is a big piece of what we do, and our events like the out-of-the-box lunch and our business after hours, those actually help us with membership because people will bring friends to our events. They'll see what they can get from the Chamber of Commerce. And without those, our growth has slowed down. Membership renewals will slow down. We actually told our businesses, hey, if you're struggling financially, put that chamber membership on the shelf until things pick up, because you need to keep your business afloat and alive.
That's honorable that you do something like that.
Yeah, so we want our businesses to succeed. Idaho has had a rough go. Not as rough as other people, though.
Yeah.
We're in a great shape right now. We've seen some good leadership across the state. Businesses are coming back. You're seeing that all the time.
Yeah.
So we're bullish on America. We're planning for a 4th of July. It'll be a 3rd of July parade this year. Haven't made that announcement official yet, but it'll be on Saturday.
It's official now.
the 3rd.
It's official now.
You tell Brian, everybody knows.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, during this time, there's these things that were asked of businesses to close down, and some called essential, some called non-essential, and that really irked me. And then the hypocrisy of state liquor stores being open and mom pop being closed and big box. Apparently, you can't get COVID at big box stores. So,
absolutely
but
not.
at the mom pods. So, what were some of the struggles then because I'm sure you had people coming to you, and it wasn't just me complaining about leadership, because I think our leadership failed us. And so I still think we have better leadership than other states, like to your point, but I do think that they should have done things a lot better.
COVID put a lot of people in a difficult situation, making decisions based on, this time last year, nobody knew anything about COVID other than it was spreading fast. We didn't know how bad it was. We saw a lot of people in the hospital struggling really hard. So our state leadership had to make some decisions that were uncomfortable. Do I agree with them? I think at the time I did, because when you're looking at the livelihoods and caring for people's lives, you kind of have to err on the side of conservancy. Was I happy that we had to shut down for almost 2 months? Not really. Was I happy that some people were anointed to be successful and others weren't? No, but given the fact that we were making decisions on the fly with very little information, and the fact that our state government was able to, as the information became clear, they were able to divert out of the things that they had done, is a reason why Idaho is as successful as we are right now.
It was a great learning experience for everybody.
It really was. We now have one of the lowest, once again, we have one of the lowest unemployment levels in the nation.
Yeah.
Where our businesses are growing faster. We're adding.
We're rebounding.
I think we've rebounded, and we're just back on the upward trend that we had been on for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So I think Idaho's in a good position right now. There's still a lot of second guessing out there. You'll see when you go to our chamber, any of our chamber events, we're telling people, hey, if you're going to go out and you're going, even if you're going to the big boxes or you're going to our lunch, wear your mask when you come. It's a nuisance, but if it can keep somebody from, like Dr. Aman back at his workplace for 10 days, that hurts our economy, because really we want to keep businesses moving forward. It'd be a shame to lose momentum now. There's some variants coming out. We don't know what they are or how they're going to react to individuals. If something as simple as, I carry mine in my pocket, dropping trash. Yep. When I walk in Winco, I throw it on. When I walk out, I don't get 3 steps out the door, but it's off.
Yeah.
But if that can help our business community stay open, that's a little sacrifice I'm willing to make.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Well, it sounds like the chamber's starting to come back and do some events and stuff. Talk to us about some of I know the one that was happening last week during our show right here at the same time. Tell us about some of the things of what you have coming back.
You bet. We resumed our out-of-the-box lunches last week. We had the first one we've had since, I think it was October. Very pleased. We had more people than we anticipated show up to the lunch. The folks here at Andex had to scramble and set up three additional tables for us at the last minute. It's a good problem to have. It shows that the business people in Idaho Falls are ready to get back. They're ready to start working with each other once again. And it's really important that we continue to do these services. On Thursday, we have an event here that we're proud to be a part of. We're having a marketing program that businesses that have been shut down or that have been slowed down, one of the most important things for any business is to market themselves and to market themselves effectively and correctly. So they can come on Thursday, spend the whole day here, learn from, there we go.
There's our flyer
there's
up
the
there.
Flyer. Learn from some people that are coming in from all around the nation to share their expertise in marketing with our local small businesses and large businesses. But we're also going to have some local folks that are going to be there sharing what they're doing. So important that our businesses get busy and start marketing now. because summer's coming and we want to be busy all year round.
Yeah.
So.
And is business after hours, is that going to be starting up?
Yeah, we were hoping to start one this because we do that the third Thursday of every month. So, yeah, thanks for doing my job. Third Thursday of every month we have our business after hours. Because we had been shut down and weren't able to do them for so long, and it's only been 3 weeks, I think, since they loosened it up. We didn't feel that we could properly promote it and get enough people there to make it worth a business sponsoring it. So we'll see that kick off again in April.
Good.
So we see, I walk the Greenbelt daily, and in the mornings, a typical summer time, we have a lot of the tourism trucks coming, or buses coming through, and that just came to a screeching halt last year. Do you think that'll start picking up again this summer? Are we going to see the buses coming back?
One of the things the Chamber does is we manage the affairs of the Convention and Visitors Bureau, so tourism's pretty important to us. Do I think we're going to see those big tour buses? For years we saw the Asian tour buses coming through. We didn't see any last year.
Zero. Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see them this year either because international tourism isn't where it's at. And if they haven't booked it now, they won't. But the trends that we're seeing is we anticipate what we saw last year, regional tourism like we did last year.
Yeah.
We think that our properties will start to fill up. Tourists will be back this year. People are ready to get out.
They had some record numbers last year.
It was still strong last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
But we missed the big buses.
We just missed the international stuff. People who would have gone on a cruise last summer,
they
went to
came
Yellowstone
here.
Park. So on a typical summer, 2 million plus people drive through Idaho Falls on their way to the park, and our goal is to capture some of those people and get them to spend a day or two here. Visit the zoo and the museum, go check out a baseball game, walk the river walk, and find out what a great life we have here.
Yeah, very quick.
Good. Well, tell us about the visitors center that you have there. It's there where your offices are here in Idaho Falls. Tell us about the store and what's available there. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people here in Eastern Idaho even know some things that they can get there.
Yeah.
That's what we're finding out. Our visitor center it's at 355 River Parkway. It is, the front door of it looks right at the waterfalls. Inside there, you'll find tourist and travel information, maps, literature on places and things to do around here, restaurant guides, and a gift shop. We carry Idaho-made gifts. Not all of them. We carry some of the knickknacks that are made in China because that's what you carry. But we carry a brand of mustard that's grown, processed, bottled, and shipped right out of Idaho.
Wow.
We carry huckleberry products, chocolate products, soaps. We have handmade soaps that are made right here in the region. So we're looking at people who are traveling through, always look for unique gift items, so we try to stock those. And for local residents, when you want to ship a part of Idaho off to your family for a holiday, for a birthday, the gift shop is there for that too. The gift shop covers the cost of running the Convention and Visitors Bureau. So.
Well, yeah, I was really surprised as I've been in there a couple times to see all of the things that you do, not only the T-shirts, but the local Idaho gifts. And they can, of course, get an Idaho Spud there, right?
Yeah, we carry Idaho Spuds. Probably the most popular thing that really surprised us is we found a brand of potato chips that are made in Idaho and packaged in Idaho, and they actually have a map of Idaho on the cover of them. We've had people coming from the East Coast buy a bag of those chips, walk out the door, and come back 3 hours later and want to buy a case of them.
Yeah.
We had one gentleman, he was kind of funny, he was from back in Boston, I think is where he's from. He came in and him and his wife bought one of each. We had 4 flavors, and they left and they were gone for about 10 days.
Yeah.
And they were in a motorhome, and they were planning on heading right back home because they went through the parks and then up into Bozeman. And he decided he needed more of those potato chips. He came back.
Drove all the way back.
Drove all the way back from Bozeman and bought 3 cases of potato chips to take back with him to the East Coast. So.
Wow, that's great. Well, tell us about some other things that the Chamber does to support businesses here in Eastern Idaho.
Great. Their threefold mission we've talked about is education. Thursday is one of those events. We hope everybody that needs to sharpen their skills is going to be there. We continue to work on the advocacy piece. There's some interesting things happening in the legislature this year. Property tax is always an issue, but it never seems to get addressed.
Yeah.
We were hoping that it was going to happen this year. We're going to wait and see because most of the bills that are out there, they found problems with them, so they're rewriting them. But we're coming to the end. You know, the session ends at the end of March, so we're not sure what's going to happen with that. We've seen the funding. It was exciting to watch the JFAC as they appropriated funds, and they were able to get that extra $7 million for the College of Eastern Idaho. That was one we wrote letters on. Really excited about that.
That's going to be great for Eastern Idaho.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen so many things. There's all the federal CARES money that's coming in. It's been exciting to see how much extra money's gone to education. It's so cool that we're following Rick Aman at the College of Eastern Idaho, because workforce is such a big piece. You know, everybody thinks, you guys talked about, everybody thinks they should send their kid off to the University of Utah to get a degree, and then they don't come back. I had a conversation with a legislator when I was in Boise about 3 weeks ago. I was talking about workforce development and economic development, finding ways to bring more businesses into our communities. And he looked me in the eye and he said, "Why do we need to bring more businesses and more people here?" And I said, "Well, I don't know about you, but a lot of Idahoans have kids that leave the state to find a good paying job and never come back until they're 45 or 50 years old.
Or older.
We don't want them." I said, I've got 3 kids, or 5 kids. 3 of them have moved out of the Idaho Falls area. And that's hard. You know, I want to see my grandson when I can. And so
keep them here.
We work hard. We try to encourage. I'm working with, you know, we talked about housing is a big deal. I'm currently working with 3 different developers that are looking to bring some high density housing to Eastern Idaho, because with all the construction jobs and everything that's going to come with what's happening at the INL, we have a real shortage of housing.
Yes, we do.
And you know, we need to find a way to meet that, and high density could be a great way to meet that need. So we're looking at opportunities that we do everything we can. We work in every aspect that we can to help businesses be successful, and you know, bringing people here and keeping people here is probably the most important thing. We've got manufacturers here in Idaho. We talked about welding at the College of Eastern Idaho. Just one employer, Premier Technologies in Blackfoot, said they could hire every graduate from every welding program in the state of Idaho over the next year and a half, and still not have all the welders they need.
And we're going to actually have Doug Sayer here on the coming weeks for the show, and I'm sure he'll tell us that.
You'll hear that same story.
Yes.
So you know, we have a need. We need to not just keep the people that we have, but we need to bring talented people here. And not everybody needs to go to the university. Everybody talks about how, and I'll get in trouble for saying this, they talk about the go-on rate and how Idaho has such a low go-on rate to college. We also have some really successful people and some opportunities. You know, that welding job, you can get a welding job paying $70,000 a year and raise a family just fine.
Yes.
There are opportunities. What we need to do is get those opportunities out in front of our young people before they go off to a university in another state.
Very good point, Chip. We appreciate the Chamber's efforts here in Eastern Idaho, throughout the state, the work that you do. I know that you're very active with the legislature, which is part of your mission, and we appreciate everything that I just thank you for serving on the board for the Innovation Center as well. That's a lot of extra time and efforts that you put on for our benefit as well here in Eastern Idaho.
It's a team effort. You know, all the people that you have on your show, we're all part of a team. And I got to tell you, when I get people come into my office and they say, you know, I've got this idea, I want to start a business, I say, you know, I'd love to help you out, but I'm going to send you over to the Innovation Center to talk to Brian and Bill Wood at SCORE and the SBDs. You know, there's so much help that's free. I said, these guys are professionals. They do it all the time. We send everybody that we can over to you guys, because the more successful businesses we have, the better off we're going to be. So thank you guys for what you guys do to help the business community.
You betcha. So thank you, Chip. I wanted to end here with the quote that you have that you gave to us, and talk to us about why this quote means something to you.
Okay. Well, I've been a scouter my whole life. I worked with kids for forever. Scouting's always been important to me, and this is one that Baden Powell's quotes. He said, "Happiness is not mere pleasure, not the outcome of wealth. It is the result of active work. It is the result of active work rather than passive enjoyment of pleasure." And I'm a firm believer that in this country, specifically in East Idaho, if you're willing to work and work hard, the resources are here to help you be successful. And that's where our ultimate, I tell everybody, I work for my family. I love my job. There's nothing I would rather be doing at this point in my life, but I do it so that I can spend quality time with my family and find happiness. I find joy and happiness in work, but my true happiness is with my family. So if we work hard, we can be successful and we can have that true happiness with our families that we all want, which is the big part of why East Idaho is the greatest place to live, work, and do business.
Good. Well, I encourage you to, if you are not a member of the Chamber of Commerce, to do it. They have some great networking. I think probably the best networking opportunities, the out-of-the-box lunch. I've been a sponsor of it for the last couple of years. That's how much that I really think that is a great networking event. So if you have a business here in Eastern Idaho, I encourage you to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce here in Eastern Idaho. Come down, take a visit to his store, and you can find out what all the benefits of a chamber membership are. So
buy a bag of chips too. There we go.
There you go. So thank you, Chip, for joining us today. And we look forward to. In fact, we're going to talk about. The next event is going to be this Marketing Masters. If we can put that flyer back up there so people can get the information. If you have not signed up for this event, we encourage you to look at it. This is going to be the biggest event that's happened, I think, in about the last year. And so this is going to be a great event. And so we'd like to welcome as our next guest, Andy Johnson, who's the owner of Andex, that's helping us put on this absolutely great production that we do every week that's blown us away and blown the community here in Eastern Idaho away with all of the work that you're doing. So, Andy, tell us about the Marketing Masters.
Yeah, the Marketing Masters is just the beginning of what we're orchestrating with the Business Summit series. And so as we've been thinking, and we've, participated in networking events and being able to be part of, Givent and other things in the community, and especially out of the box, it's like, well, how do we elevate as far as the education and especially the mindset as far as what we can be able to attain and achieve here in East Idaho as far as a growth and a business standpoint, and especially since we've all been locked down and have been in front of our screens, getting back together in person is something that was high on our priority list. And so we had been talking, for the previous few months with a friend of mine on how, we could really cultivate what marketing is at its core and how it can benefit so many different businesses out there with the knowledge and resources, and especially targeting for being able to help businesses and especially companies just be able to revitalize as far as what they're doing to showcase with what they have. And so the summit was the combination, and so knowing who we could be able to bring in from Silicon Valley and other influencers, and especially showcasing our local talent here, such as Volpine Marketing, which is one of our title sponsors, and they've been fantastic.
Yep.
Ryan Jost is going to be speaking. Skylar Hillebrandt with Barton Consultant. Yeah. These guys are pros, and they're right here, and they're going to be showcasing and sharing a lot of their insights to do. And so anyone that dabbles in marketing, like this is the conference.
If you want to learn how to do it and do it right, this is the event that the business owners here in Eastern Idaho need to be at. So it's Thursday. Tell people how they register.
Yeah, so go to this really hard website. It's called westbank.us. If we could get that dropped in the chat here for people that want to participate in that.
Westbank.us.
Yep, so just click on the events and you can register right on that page, and it's got the information as far as showcasing the schedule and who the speakers are and everything. So we have 3 keynotes. We have Steve Napolitan, we have Stu Draper right here in town with Stu Kent, and then Chelsea Eddins with CBI. She's coming up from Utah to be part of this. And then we have 9 different breakout sessions. And so there's going to be a lot of content, a lot of great idea. Plus, as another perk, we're recording all of these, so because we're going to have a virtual component for people that are out of state.
So there's 2 ways to attend it, right?
Right, 2 ways, in person and then virtually, because then rewatching and being able to attend all the different breakout sessions is going to be included all in that ticket. So as far as the content goes, you can't get that much value here locally, for the past few years. That hasn't happened.
So then does it speak to the solopreneur and the small, medium, large? Who are you trying to attract to come to the event?
Yeah, really it's people that have an integral role as far as communicating a message. Mm-hmm. And so small businesses that hones on as far as being able to showcase what they have as a company and resources for what they can do business. Larger organizations, specifically to be able to help showcase and refine that targeting, because Steve Napolitan, who we're bringing in, has worked with companies as Apple, Charles Schwab, and other ones. And so these are people that have a very high specialized tool set as far as who they're targeting and what we're being able to do. And so there's a lot of commonality that kind of blends over there, but then there's the difficult, and that's why we have the selection of the different speakers and why we ask them. So that way there could be a great mix for everybody to get something of value out of it.
And it goes 9 to 4. It's actually here held at the West Bank, right in the room right next door to where we're recording.
Yep.
And what time does it go from?
Yeah, so it goes till 4 p.m. So it starts at 9 a.m. is kickoff. Yeah. We have lunch included with that, 3 keynotes and the 3 different breakouts that we're going to be having there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So, and then an hour long of networking and being able to talk with our presenters on a one-on-one basis. So, yep.
So then you want this to transition into more than just the marketing. So what is the longer?
Yeah. So kind of the precursor for what we're doing is in May we're considering doing a sales summit, and so sales and everything specific towards sales is going to be the topic. And then in the fall, we're considering a finance and then a HR, human resources, as being able to really develop that team culture and atmosphere to help that. So, that's why we're bringing in, some star players outside of the state, so we can stay here locally, grow locally, and elevate, what our business community is able to do right here.
Yeah.
Well, so Andy, kind of give people an idea of where you've been and what you've done to get to what you're doing now.
Yeah, so I mean, my journey has been one to, as starting, a solo entrepreneur in the entertainment sector, and then being able to pivot, to have more contacts as far as being able to get more corporate clients, and then being able to see a broader package. And then COVID was a great opportunity for us to say, hey, this has been our business, now this is going to be our business. Yeah. And so I've got a solid team that's backing us up right now with Alan and Haley that have been instrumental to help get us in the digital space. And so now really, event tech and being able to help, companies from the West Coast to the Midwest is where we've been able to help some of our clients. So.
And you recently went to Boise to do a fundraising. You were handling all the AV and things like that. Well, just share a little bit about that, because that is a big deal. I mean, we got nonprofits here that need fundraising as well, right?
Oh, right. So we were helping the College of Idaho with their scholarship gala. Their goal was $500,000 to do for a virtual event. So no meals on the table, no in person, no entertainment and everything. And so we partnered with a company over there, Anka, with Tree Fan Events, and we've been able to raise $546,000 as of Friday night. So I bet it's gone up to over $560 probably at this point. Yeah. And that number just continues to grow. So really helping showcase, organizations and what, their purpose is, and really, help understand that helps open up the purse strings for people to be able to contribute to.
Yeah, because the pivot you had to make in this whole process, then you're helping, because that's not how fundraising's been done typically. And so the fact that they had a goal and you helped them exceed that goal speaks volumes of what you guys, Haley and Alan and you and the rest of the team are doing. So,
what else can you do here with Andex? Give us kind of so everybody knows what they can do, what they can come to Andex for. What are some things that you help people with?
Yeah, so really it's being able to help companies showcase their different, their message, whether that be an in-person and audience with our audio-visual capabilities, with stage, audio, lighting, so on and so forth, but then also in the virtual segment to be able to do what we're doing here as far as live streaming goes, in the studio for pre-recorded content for your video and other assets that you need to have as a company. And really the combination of those different services. So we want to be able to help businesses showcase who they are and help them grow and make more revenue, because people can see them in a clearer light than ever before. So we want to raise the experience, and we want to raise businesses here in East Idaho.
Very cool.
Well, I can't speak highly enough of Andy and the things that he's doing here. Absolutely great. Every week we walk in and look forward to the background that we're going to have here with our green screen, and it's absolutely phenomenal work that you're doing. I've predicted that Andy's going to be one of the bigger business players here in Eastern Idaho. He proved it this summer with doing the drive-in theater experience. and helping out with that. And is that coming back this coming year?
Yeah, not by us.
Is it?
There's some salt for.
Is there really? Yeah, sorry, I didn't know that. But
so the Motor View is going to be open this year, and I plan on going. So
Yes.
I hope everyone goes as well.
I'll go with Andy.
Yep.
Good, good. Well, absolutely phenomenal work that you do here at Andex. We're looking forward to, if you haven't signed up for that, go to westbank.us and sign up for the Thursday. There it is, right there on the screen. Get registered for the Marketing Summit. Marketing Masters. Another guest you're going to have there, Stu Draper. What a great business example he is, not only here locally but worldwide. So
right,
absolutely phenomenal. So great. Wishing you the best, Andy. You're absolutely a great influence for the positive here with businesses here in Eastern Idaho. So thank you very much.
Hey, well, it's a privilege to be on Talking Business with y'all. So
well, it wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for you, my friend. So great job. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in today. And we will look forward to, we got some great speakers lined up for next week. Hopefully we'll see everybody Thursday here at the Marketing Masters.
Yeah, I'll be here.
I'll be here too. Yeah. So see you all then. Thanks, everybody.
Peace.